2 stars. I will be sacked. Welcome back to my channel and to my January, February, March wrap up. So I'm gonna, in editing, do like my little statistical bits, but so far this month, not this month, this year, I have read 19 books. I've currently got my target set as 50. I'm 7 books ahead of schedule. I definitely didn't read quite a lot January, February. So I read 6 books in January. The first book I read was, I've got them all on my iPad in front of me, was The Pottingshed Murder by Paula Sutton. I got this as an ARC through NetGalley, but ages ago, to the point where it had already been released by like end of last year. I rated this a 3 stars. My review was Small Knit Village, Gossip and a Murder. I enjoyed this book, although the rating did suffer from how long I left it between reading the first 10% and then picking up again and like finishing it. Like the last 90% was in like 2 to 3 sessions. Would love to read more from the author in the future and would definitely recommend to pick up. Maybe, I think I'm just going to stick with 3 stars. Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. Then I read the first book in the Mindfuck series, so The Risk. I rated it at 4 stars. I enjoyed, maybe it was a 3.75, but like rounded up to a 4. Like, I don't have a review on here, but I do know I enjoyed it. Like, it's a bit, like, it's a silly, goofy time. I haven't picked up any more of the books in like the series, because it's like, what, 4 books in total. I do want to pick up like books 2, 3 and 4. It's just not top of my priority. Then I read The Secret Mage by Jennifer Rochford. I rated it at 3 stars. I think I'd started it very briefly like a while ago during like my starting a new book every single day for a month challenge. Like, it was fun. It was kind of like a Rapunzel retelling, and it is part of a series. Maybe I'll continue it. I don't know. I haven't decided. Then I finished Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. I rated it at 4 stars. The rating was definitely lowered because I read a lot of it like December time and then put it down. It's definitely good. I would definitely recommend. I think I just, for whatever reason, put off reading it. Then I read The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, rated it 4 stars. Silly, fun, good time. Not too serious, but also I really enjoyed reading it. And like, I would recommend for like the holiday period. I hadn't started it like last year. I had started it this year, but I wanted to get to it this year. Then the final book in January that I read was Where the Crawdad Sings. 2 stars. Did not like it. Would not recommend. I wasn't a fan of like the writing style. The reason why it's a 2 star and not a 1 is because I enjoyed the overall plot. I was interested in the plot, which is why I wanted to continue. Like, I wanted to see where it goes. But I would not recommend. I have already, like, I read most of it on Kindle because I'd bought the Kindle version for 99p like a while back in hopes of that would help me get through it. It did. I had also owned the physical book. That's been on hold. Like, that was on hold so quickly. But yeah, so I actually read a lot on my Kindle that month. I did listen to part of The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year on audiobook, like the first 25%. But yeah, January is a very Kindle heavy month for me. Then, so February, I read 5 books in January. So 5 books. So one of these books I don't have with me in my house. It's still at my nana's. But that is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a 5-star read for me. Might be like 4.75, but also at the same time, I loved it. Like, I was trying to get through so much of my like currently reading, but like at the time, like my cozy vlog that's going up will go up tonight. I need to do the thumbnail. You'll have already seen it. That's the video where I finish a lot of these books. but basically in that video I got to a point of like, I don't want to read any of the ones that I'm currently reading. I needed something new, and so I ended up settling on Out on a Limb. I was so glad I did. I really loved it. I loved all like the discussions, like all like them negotiating like and working around like their like disabilities, and I thought it was such a good time, and I would highly recommend. I do own 2 of her other books, so I own Next to You and Next of Kin. I haven't bought Out of the Woods yet. I definitely think I want to. Then I read Gothicana. I rated this a 2 stars. Now this was a different 2 stars to Where the Crawdad Sings. So with Gothicana, the reason why it was rated a 2 stars, and it's probably partly me, but there was way too many spy scenes. I had picked it up hearing it was like dark academia kind of thing, and I was like, fun. So I started reading it. I started reading it on the 28th of March last year, and finished it on the 20th of February. I barely read any last year. Again, that was for that video. I kind of want to do that video again at some point, but I need to get my currently reading down. And also I need to do it during a time when I have barely anything going on, because I cannot be finishing a book every single day. Yeah, so it was way too spicy. Like, it was spice after spice after spice after spice. I originally just read the summary of the ending, and then I was like, no, I need to kind of see like the process. So I was skimming through like the spy scenes just to get to the plot points. Loved the plot. Like, the plot was interesting. Too much spice. Way too much spice. Then I read The Gingerbread Christmas Village. I think this was the final Christmassy read of this year. I rated it a 3 stars. It was cute, it was nice. Nothing special for me, but definitely some Christmassy charm that you might enjoy. Just didn't fully connect to the main character, but the story was well written and easy to read. And that is very much the case. Now, the main character is an older woman, and like there are some characters that are younger, such as her niece, and I definitely think if this was written from her niece's point of view, I would have really enjoyed it, because I think I would have connected more. She's 60, 65, something like that, so massive age difference between her and I like I definitely connected to more of it. I just think if it was told from someone like a younger point of view, I'd have enjoyed it more. But also I can understand why it needed to be from this older character's point of view. I do think I'm going to unhaul this, just because it wasn't special enough for me to want to keep it, but it was still a good time. I think I would read more of this author because it was good. I don't think I enjoy it as much when it's from like an older person's point of view. Like middle-aged, like when I say middle-aged, if it was someone from like in their 30s, 40s, I think I can connect more. When someone's like 60, I can't. And that's really sad. Then I finished The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. This I rated a 3.75. I've put, I enjoyed this really descriptive and a well thought out political system. Found myself slightly bored with some chapters as there was more focus on the politics and social stuff, although I did enjoy the Bridgerton-esque scenes. I'm excited to see where the romance goes in book 2, as it is extremely minimal in the book. Definitely want to read book 2 though. And honestly, that's very much it. I picked this up. I went to the Birmingham Waterstones because I was having a tour around the hospital, because that was like originally where I was potentially going to work if I'd have graduated. And so I'd visited Waterstones and I'd bought 2 books. I think I have now read both of those books, potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe. I might have read both of them. This is a gilded, gothic and darkly romantic new epic fantasy series. Like, the romance was faint, but also it was there. And so there's no spice, it is just kind of tension. So I am excited to see how it goes in book 2. Then the final book I finished in February was Light Luck by Alex Astor. I rated it 4 stars. Definitely wasn't a 5-star read for me. I think I found myself, I can't remember exactly what I kind of thought overall. It just wasn't a 5-star for me. So yeah. Then in March I read 8 books. So, you know, March was definitely a better reading month for me. And I'm hoping that will kind of continue like in April as well. The first book that I finished was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I rated it 5 stars. My review was fucking loved this book. Nora and Charlie. I think this might be my favourite Emily Henry. I honestly think it goes Book Lovers, People We Meet on Vacation, or You and Me on Vacation. I can't remember what the English version is called. Then I think it goes Happy Place, and then Beach Read. But like Beach Read is still, I still really enjoyed Beach Read. I think Beach Read might have been like a 4 stars. Maybe, or it might have been a 3.5. This was so good. But also I do quite enjoy like a Rivals to Lovers, because don't get me wrong, like fantasy enemies to lovers, beautiful. Romance rivals to lovers, oh, I will eat it up. I also love second chance romances, like just as like an off point. So I am excited for the 5th book in the Windy City series. That's all I'm gonna say. Rio and Hallie is the main female character. Like that is childhood friends to lovers, second chance romance. I love a friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers. I love a second chance romance. I'm still in the middle of book 3. I need to pick up book 4. I think I'm going to buy book 4 physically. Like book 5 comes out in May, like 20th of May. I will be sat for that book. I will be sat. But yeah, highly recommend. Then I read Mile High by Liz Tomford. I don't know how the pronunciation of her surname is, but I put it as a 3.25. So I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy this book as much going in, because I knew that Xander was an absolute fucking ass. So my review says, did not like him in the beginning, but wanted to read this book before going into book 2. By the end, I enjoyed how he was portrayed and thought it was really sweet. You do have to push through the arrogant man to get to the sweet one. The arrogant man probably lasted for a 25%-ish. He'd started to make some changes before that point. I definitely would, I kind of would recommend. Again, you do have to push through. I was also interested in like Stevie's point of view. Then I listened to Wild Eyes. I rated it a 3.5. I have put it as a 4 on Goodreads though. This just didn't captivate me as much as her other books. I listened to this book, which I've never done for the other books, as I knew that there were songs being sung in it. Honestly, I could have read the first 75% and then listened from that point, because I don't know why I was expecting more songs and it didn't happen. Like, it was from like the 75%, it was just after the 75% mark that there was actually something sung. I have to say, interesting like format, because I listen to some country pop music, so I'm not completely unknown to like country songs, but it was definitely a weird like pacing for the songs. So yeah, and I am scared to read book 3 because I'm heard that people have enjoyed it less. I definitely think Chestnut Springs is like my favourite. I enjoy books 2 and 4 more. Book 4 more than book 2. But that is a spicy book. I am scared for book 4 though, because that's like an age gap, and I definitely didn't enjoy Bo and Bailey because the age gap was obvious. So book 4 is definitely gonna be interesting. I am gonna read it though, because I'm definitely interested to see what she writes next. I just think like these are all single dad romances, right? I kind of think she needs to do billionaire romances next. Like, I know book 1 technically is like a billionaire romance, but also single dad, or maybe like sports players, because you could bring like Jasper back in as like a mention. She definitely needs to. Originally, she was like an auto by author, and she, in some ways, she still is, but also she needs to do something to pick to like get back that magic that there was in the Chestnut Spring series, because it's just lacking in this series, and I really hate that. Then I read The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I rated it at 4 stars. I definitely enjoyed Indy and Ryan a lot more. I definitely enjoyed like the topics that were talked about, and like I definitely think I'm writing like I've got like I'm writing a book at the moment, and I've got like different ideas like in my head for like future books, and I definitely think I want to talk about some like harder hitting topics, um and so I quite enjoy reading about them in other books, because I think not many people do it. Like you'll definitely get like the parent grief, like that's like a big thing, but I personally want to kind of step outside of that, and I like how fertility was like talked about. Like it's not something you get often, and also something I appreciate is how the main couple in book one, they so spoiler alert, they do have a kid, but I appreciated how there was a comment that said they were one and done. Like a lot of the times you'll not really hear about them being like one and done. It's always like 2 or more kids. So I kind of appreciated that. I'm in the middle of book 3, as I said earlier, and I definitely think the series is getting better and better as I'm reading. Hence why I'm excited to read Isaiah and Kennedy's book, and also Rio and Hallie's book. Then I read The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I definitely picked this up based off of the fact that everybody and their mum was reading it. I've rated it at 4 stars. I definitely very much enjoyed it. It was captivating, it was entertaining, but it could have also been a lot shorter. I do think it could have been shorter. Maybe only like 50 pages or so. It could have also been shorter. But I did enjoy like the kind of mixed media elements, because it's like interview, and then like you get like bits of interview, but then you also get like Katerina's point of view, and I just appreciate it. So the review on the front says part Wuthering Heights and part Daisy Jones and the Six. I haven't read Wuthering Heights. Technically, I'm in the middle of it, so you know. But I have read Daisy Jones and the Six, and I definitely can see where that is. I also think it reminds me a bit of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, with that kind of Hollywood drama. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. Then I finished Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell. I rated it at 3 stars. This is definitely like middle grade, fun, nice, interesting. Did not expect the ending. I'm glad I only had the Kindle version. Then I finally finished Swim to Me by Elle Knox. I rated it at 3 stars. This was an arc that I got through what was previously Book Babes, like the page. They're now Sinfully Bookish, I think. I do have the arc of book 2, which is Cruel to Me, which, okay. Like it was fun, but also that ended up being a bit too much spice for me. And then the final book I finished was Rootbound by Tara Jewett, 3.25. This was fun, it was cute, I enjoyed it. I definitely think I'll keep the book though. I think I'll keep The Favourites, like my copy of The Favourites. This is like kind of more cowboy romance. I just wanted it to go a bit deeper. It felt very surface level, and I just wanted it to go deeper and just explore her feelings like a little bit more. And it didn't. But again, I really enjoyed it. I own another one of her books, and I definitely want to read more of her books. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know the books that you read, like in the past 3 months. Any like 5-star reads for you. Any books you think I'd enjoy that I based off of like what I rated kind of higher, or what I said like I liked in a book. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.